Hello and welcome to 18 WJTS Monday with the Mayor. I'm Bill Potter and I've made my way to Ferdinand because this is a big weekend coming up for Ferdinand. It's the Ferdinand Folk Fest.
Yes, it is. It's our 12th one, Bill. You're very well aware you've been an integral part of the Folk Fest family from day one, and we appreciate that. But this is going to be a very busy week. It kind of starts slow in a way and then just builds. And by Friday, we'll be at the park all day getting the stage prepped, getting our signage in place, booth markings for all of the different vendor locations, making sure we've got all of our I's dotted and T's crossed. Final stuff on Saturday morning, and then come noontime or a few minutes before, once the MC starts talking, the music hits on the main stage, and then the next 9 hours will be hopefully a blur, and then it's all done.
All right, well, Town Manager Chris James, let's talk about it. It takes a lot of entities to put this together.
It does. We've got a really good core group of individuals that make up our volunteers, and then we have all of our vendors. They're a key part of it as well. We have our sponsors, which are huge because this is a free event, but the best way to keep it free is have someone else pay the bills. And that's where our corporate benefactors, especially Best Home Furnishings, Master Brand Cabinets, they're the co-presenting sponsors. And without the financial contributions, then we'd have to look at charging a gate fee or admission of some kind. We don't want to do that, so we stay away from that as much as possible. All of, as I mentioned, the vendors. And then this week, the town employees kind of get involved as well because they help the electric department make sure the electric is functioning for the food vendors especially, and then the electric that'll run the stage and all of the sounds and lights. We also have our street guys come out. They maneuver all of the picnic tables up and around all the tree areas that folks gather in, especially in the shady, sunny parts of the day where it's shady and more comfortable. The water and electric guys, they help set up the hospitality tent, make sure some of those things are ready to go. So it's a true team effort from all the town employees, not just me. I'm just one part of the cog, as it were, but we have everybody get involved in different ways taking care of things so that we have as great a day as we can on Saturday.
Okay, and Chris, a wide open question.
Okay.
Really, what is the Ferdinand Folk Festival?
Gosh, so many ways to answer that. It's a one-day music festival that celebrates family-friendly activities. It also promotes our arts and crafts vendors, our food vendors. We also have education vendors, folks that aren't really selling items as much as promoting ideas, whether it's how to best timber harvest or invasive species or whatever the environment, air quality, whatever their particular focus is. It gives them a chance to see a lot of people walking by, just foot traffic, because we'll have about 4,000 or 5,000 people stroll through at the course of the day. It gives them an opportunity to advance their causes as well. So we try to blend it all together. Again, very family friendly. We've got a lot of inflatables for the kids. We've got specific children's programming in our lower shelter house that goes on throughout the course of the afternoon. Even while the main stage has the performers going, we also have our market stage for the in-between gaps, so they're not competing with the main stage artists. So a lot to see and a lot to do. Some folks, they come, plant themselves on the hillside, and they stay there the whole day and hardly move. Others, they may never get to the music side. They're coming because a certain vendor is there and they want to get this knick-knack or that doodad because of a Christmas gift or a birthday present, or because they always collect that particular item from year to year. And we see a lot of travel in that way as well.
And you mentioned right at the beginning, it's a music fest. Let's talk about the music.
We open up at 12 noon, Micron. It's Mike Cummings and Ronnie Schultz. They've been Ronnie more than Mike, but they've been around forever, it seems like, in various bands. They come from over the Bird's Eye area. Mike has been involved with the High Road, I think Ronnie as well. They are doing their little two-man show. That's from 12 to 12:30. From 12:45 to 1:30, the Southern Sirens come back. They performed, I think it was in 2017 or 18. And then they've also been involved in previous Folks Fests with individual members, kind of branching off doing some solo things. So we've had a lot of them with us before, so they've been very well received, and we decided to bring them back. We have the Strings of Indian Creek from 1:45 to 2:45. Two guys, two gals, Great blend of music, great blend of voices. It's not just the girls singing or the guys, it's that male-female harmonic going there. They've performed in past years. They've been on the market stage before, and they also, I think, participated when we had singer-songwriter opportunities. They performed on the stage. Then we start moving into more of the what I'll call the mainstream performers a little bit. Addison Agan performs from 3 to 4. I think she's 20 or 21. She's young. Most of these acts are young compared to some of us, but she comes from Fort Wayne and was the runner-up on, I think it was season 13 of The Voice. So folks that watch that show, they may not know her, but they'll remember the name. And so she was a good get for us. And then after her, we've got Bella White. She'll perform from 4:15 to 5:30. She's also about 21 years old. Comes from Canada, but has very much a bluegrass background from her father. He played in various bands in Virginia and down in Nashville for years. Another really big grab for us, somebody who's kind of on that cusp of really breaking big. We were able to get her. And then Taylor Kingman is our penultimate act. He's been around for over a decade, hails from out Washington State, and he'll perform from 5:45 till 7 o'clock. He also has a band. He's coming solo this year. We were actually looking at bringing the whole package together, and the scheduling didn't work right, but we were happy to have him, so we locked in with Taylor. And then our headline act is The Last Revel. They performed in 2017. Not this trio. 2/3 of the trio were here in 17, but the third original member had left earlier that year. They brought in a great female singer, real good blend right there. Earlier this year, the original 3 got back together. They've recorded an EP, and they're back on the road, as it were. So we'll have them as our headline act this year from 7:30 to 9. And folks that are familiar with them from 5 years ago will enjoy it even more thoroughly now that it's the real 3, as it were, back together again.
And we want to especially thank Best Home Furnishings and Master Brand, because this is a free event. You don't pay a gate fee. You only pay for what you're going to eat or what you're going to buy. So it's free because of those two.
It very much so. And on our website, FerdinandFolkFestival.com, everything all spelled out, we've got a special page or a link for all of our sponsors, and it breaks it down, has their logos and the various levels of contribution. Thank all of those folks, from the high dollar folks down to the Friends of Folk Fest, where they just give maybe $50 or $75, but it all goes to a good cause, helping offset the costs of actually putting on the fest. But we're happy to have Next Era Energy Resources. They sponsor the main stage that we get in, and then the market stage is sponsored by Kiana Woodstock. And then we also have all of the founding sponsors, DC Broadcasting, the Ferdinand News, and then obviously the town of Ferdinand kind of grandfathered into the cause as well. So we're appreciative of all of our sponsors and look forward to have everybody here come Saturday.
And to wrap things up, just, you don't want to have to talk about this, but you do. There are some rules that you want people to know. Like, if you can bring a pop-up tent, but that needs to be in the back. Bring blankets, lawn chairs. Can you bring animals, glass bottles? What are the rules?
Well, glass bottles, we do have separate trash boxes for those. We ideally, aluminum is better, obviously, but if you've got glass, we've got a special box to put that in, and we are able to dispose of that. You mentioned the pop-ups. We'll see those folks showing up Friday morning when we're doing the stage prep, but those are allowed in the tree line area. The only tent that can sit in the open part of the hill is Mark Headley, and he's our sound guy, and we want to keep him as cool as we can and keep his equipment cool, because he is the guy. The folks on stage, unless they want to belt out Al Jolson style, without him and his stuff working, they're just me on stage, and that's no good. So that's the only pop-up that's allowed in the open area. Tree lines galore. We've got lots of trees and lots of shade. That's where the pop-ups can go. Blankets, lawn chairs, you're more than welcome to set them up. If you have an umbrella, some folks will do that to keep the sun off. Basically, have it hug you. Don't have the big patio type where it's way up in the air, because that blocks sight line, and we'll come and ask you to either take it down or lower it. But those are really the main rules to focus on, and then we just ask folks to behave as best as they can. It's an outdoor event. It's you can bring your own coolers and whatever your favorite beverage may be. You're allowed to bring that in. We ask that if you do so, maybe don't overindulge. Just again, for safety's sake, all the way around, and make it as an enjoyable event for you and for the folks sitting around you. So if you get a little bit rambunctious, it doesn't spoil their opportunity to enjoy the show either.
All right, the Ferdinand Folk Festival is this Saturday, and at the 18th Street Park, which is on the north side of town. A great event. Chris, thank you very much for talking with us.
Thank you for coming, Bill, and we'll see you on Saturday.
See you on Saturday, and we hope to see you on Saturday for the Ferdinand Folk Festival. This is Monday with the Manager here on 18 WJTS. Stay tuned. Coming up is weather.